Recording in progress. Audio now.
Good afternoon, members. It seems the chairperson has challenges in connecting to the meeting, but she will do so as soon as possible. Considering that we don't have too much time as it's plenary at 3, I would advise that in the meantime, we elect an acting chairperson. Then the chairperson can take over when she joins the meeting. Is that agreed, members?
Hi, Sisona, which way again?
Oh, the chairperson has just joined. The chairperson has just joined the meeting. Thank you, members.
Good afternoon, honorable members. I'm very, very sorry. I've joined earlier and seemingly I joined the main plenary. I was sitting here since 30:30, and then now I was assisted by Honorable Fikile Khumalo greeting me, and I was saying, "Hi, Fikile, you are not belonging to my committee." And then she laughed at me. I'm taking this opportunity to welcome youth members and everyone who is in the platform. I've seen that Doc is here, Mr. Khalid, we are here. I'm not seeing our DDG Sumai. No, we are all here. I'm declaring this meeting open, but before that, can any member adopt the agenda? Adoption of agenda. Honorable Sibia.
Chairperson.
Honorable Sibia.
Thanks, Chairperson. Greetings to everyone. I'm adopting the agenda as it is. Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Sibia. Honorable Dennis.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, all. I second for the adoption of the agenda, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members who are here to consider consideration and adoption of the list of the amendments of South African Institute for Drug. So, for drug-free sport amendment bill, can
Excuse me, Madam Chair.
yes.
For record purposes, Madam Chair, we don't have any apologies, but Mrs. Van Dijk did indicate that she was traveling, but I see that she has managed to join the meeting. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. Because of that delay of a minute that I've done now, I'm panicking. I was having two joining ID and code, and which means I took a wrong one. Can Zoleka now take us through in order that we interact with what we are going to put in with our legal advice or yourself? I thank you.
Ms. Arnold will take us through the presentation. Madam Chair.
Ms. Arnold.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon to honourable members and to all the colleagues on the platform.
Afternoon to you too. Thank you so much.
Madam Chair, honourable members, you remember the last time we met, we had given SAIDS the instruction to liaise directly with WADA and share with them the work of this portfolio committee. Those were the proposed amendments to our SAIDS amendment bill. Madam Chair, honourable members, WADA came back to us late last night and they have indicated in an email that the proposed amendments are that we can consider the matter resolved between the relevant bodies. However, they have indicated only if and when all of the amendments required to bring the SAID Act in line with the World Anti-Doping Code have been formally adopted, published in the Official Gazette, and subsequently entered into. WADA has also confirmed, and this is in writing, they have indicated, please note that WADA's confirmation of 19 March 2024 that the amendments appear to be in line with the code is contingent on the formal adoption of the wording and text as indicated in the list of amendments proposed by the Portfolio Committee, coupled with the relevant wording of the bill. And WADA has further indicated, notwithstanding this confirmation of compliance, if it comes to WADA's attention, e.g. through its monitoring of the implementation of the amended SAIDS Act, that further amendments are necessary in order to ensure SAIDS compliance with the code, nothing shall prevent WADA from requiring those further amendments. Madam Chair, honourable members, there has thus been compliance with the WADA code, and we've received confirmation from WADA. However, they have indicated that they will continue to monitor this compliance, and they've also indicated that they require formal adoption and publication in our official government gazette. Madam Chair, honourable members, WADA had also indicated, despite the confirmation of compliance, they have indicated a few suggested amendments, and I will turn the members' attention to these inputs. Zoleka, if you can scroll down to page 5. And I've retained these in track changes for the purposes of that it's easy for all of us to follow. So WADA has indicated that in the proposed section 17.1 and 17.6, we utilize the words international standards and international level athletes. And WADA has explained, since these terms are defined in the bill, in our section 1, clause 1, they have proposed that we instead utilize these expressions, international standards and international level athletes, in caps lock. And I draw members' attention to propose section 17.1. Members will see there that I have deleted the lowercase I as well as the lowercase s, and I have included that in, and I've now effected the change for caps lock. Zuleka, if you can just scroll a bit further down to 17.6. Thank you, Zuleka. So if members would see on 17.6 again, international level athletes, and the proposal by WADA is because this expression has been defined in clause 1 that we capture the reference to international level athletes in caps lock. The next point that WADA has raised, and you can just scroll to the top again, sorry, Zuleka, yeah. Okay, so WADA has also indicated that the amendment section 17.2a and section 17.3a provides for the establishment of the IDHP, the Independent Doping Hearing Panel, as well as the Anti-Doping Appeal Board. And WADA has explained that there appears to be proceedings ongoing between a certain athlete and SAIDS. And for the purposes of clarity and certainty, they have strongly recommended that we include a transitional provision which clarifies when the new Independent Doping Hearing Panel or the Anti-Doping Appeal Board will come into effect, and that the provisions amending the SAIDS Act will not affect the previous jurisdictions of either the hearing panel or board to consider any ongoing proceedings. Now, members will recall that our Principal Act already establishes the appeal board. So in consultation with the department as well as SAIDS, the necessity for a transitional provision for the Anti-Doping Appeal Board does not seem necessary. And the reason, therefore, is because the appeal board is already established, any matters which are seized with the appeal board will continue to be heard by the appeal board after these amendments are effected. However, with regards to the Independent Doping Hearing Panel, this panel, while it does exist in terms of SAIDS' anti-doping rules, and there is, and SAIDS can confirm that there is currently an independent doping hearing panel, at present it is not provided for in the legislation. So we have affected 2 amendments. Zuleka, if you can just scroll a bit further up to 2. Thank you. So members will see the proposed section 17.2a. Instead of just indicating that the institute shall establish a first instance hearing panel named the Independent Doping Hearing Panel, we have amended, and as per WADA's proposal, we have amended that instead, and this is, we are interpreting what WADA has proposed. The proposal is that section 17.2a provides that there is hereby established by the institute a first instance hearing panel named the Independent Doping Hearing Panel. And the purpose thereof is to cater for WADA's comments in order to create certainty that once this act is enacted and proclaimed, confirmed that the independent doping hearing panel will be established. And then if you can go down to the proposed 17.7, Zuleka, that is on page 6. So 17.7 is the proposed transitional provision insofar as it relates to the independent doping hearing panel. And I'll read for the purposes of the record. The proposal is any proceedings pending before the independent doping hearing panel at the commencement of this act must be continued and concluded in terms of this act in the independent doping hearing panel, and for that purposes, those proceedings are deemed to have been instituted in terms of this act in the independent doping hearing panel. So I'll reiterate the purpose of that transitional provision is to cater for WADA's request that we provide certainty and clarity with regards to those matters that are already seized with the independent doping hearing panel. And we have attempted to do so by the proposed draft section 17.7. Members, we are of the view that it is not necessary to provide for a transitional provision for the Anti-Doping Appeal Board, as the Anti-Doping Appeal Board does exist in terms of our Principal Act, and the Minister has appointed members on this appeal board. And the last, I'll now proceed to, so that is the sum total of the inputs that we received from WADA with regards to section 17. And as members recall, section 17 was the bulk of our amendments with regards to non-compliance. And then, Zuleka, if you can just go down to clause 10, we'll find it on page 8. Thank you. So clause 10, and clause 10, the purpose of clause 10, and as members will recall, is that we are substituting the word SASCOC with the expression the Sports Confederation. WADA raised a question, they were asking whether we confirm that the Principal Act as well as the 2006 amendment is therefore not amended. However, I think there perhaps seems to be some sort of confusion, and perhaps Wafik, I can just explain to them that the purpose of clause 10 is to amend the Principal Act. So wherever you see the words SASCOC, it will be substituted with the word the Sports Confederation. And the word SASCOC appears in section 3 of the Principal Act as well as section 11 of the Principal Act. And as members are well aware, we are at this moment in time not amending section 3, we are not amending section 11. So the purpose of clause 10 in this proposed draft A list, which will then be incorporated in our bill, is to indicate that once the act is published with all of these amendments, that a substitution needs to happen. Wherever the word SASCOC appears, it needs to be substituted with the word Sports Confederation. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, honourable members.
Thank you so much, Adela. Honourable members, in that note, I will check with the department. I'll check with the states and check with the department if 3 of these people are fine on what we have said. They must go and consult WADA. So the next thing, I will check members whether do you want to say any other thing, because the purpose of this meeting, it was the cleaning up of what we've discussed. This is clean up now. So let me start with Said. Can I check with Said now?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is Khalid Khalant, the CEO of SAID. I'll hand over to Wafika, who's been working closely with Adela on this to answer your question.
Thank you. Afternoon. And now I'm giving to you, Wafika.
Afternoon, Chair. Afternoon, honourable members. I'm in agreement with the presentation made and the explanations provided by Ms. Arnold. We had gone back and forth since last night and this morning discussing this on possible wording, what I could say in return, and we are comfortable that this is the best outcome in response to Wada's comments of last night. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wafika. DDG?
Good afternoon, Chairperson, and good afternoon to honourable members and to colleagues. Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chairperson, from our side, let me also indicate that once we got the Portfolio Committee's deliberated bill on Friday from Adila, we also then read it, and it was indicated that we must support SAIDS in ensuring that this bill gets to WADA. We then also wrote to SAIDS to ensure that they got it through to WADA. They came back to us to say it was submitted, and WADA had also indicated and committed that they will give us their input by Tuesday. We further also made sure that the bill went through to the WADA Africa office because they were wanting updates as well from us. So we updated them as well, Chairperson. And at the same time, we kept our Minister, Deputy Minister, our DG informed of all the progress to date in terms of the bill. Chairperson, we got the input last night from SAIDS that came from WADA, and last night already we interacted with Adila, and we were informed that Adila and Wafika were now working on making the inputs into the bill, and our own legal services provided their input by 6 o'clock this morning. We had a meeting with all of us, and included Adila as well, this morning at 8 o'clock, where we went through all of the document. We agreed on the inputs. Where we didn't, we had to have a discussion around it. We did that, and we finally agreed and finalized the document. And Wafika then gave us a copy of the final document by about 11 o'clock for us to then ensure that we were all in agreement with the inputs in the document. And we've also then shared that with our principals as well, Chairperson. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you so much, leadership of these two institutions. Now, honorable members, we're here today to get what we're just getting. Our role today as the members of the committee is to come here and adopt our A-list, and then now I will check with the members. Are you in agreement? Let's do that, and then from there I will ask Arnold to tell us what is next for us as members. With some of us, we were not yet briefing our leaders because we waited for this. I do understand that we were not going to report half-cooked work. Now this is the gist of our days that we've been working. Honorable members, I'm presenting this A-list according to what we have just received. Honorable Adams, Honorable Denise. Honorable Adams.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chairperson, am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Chairperson, and good afternoon to all members on the platform. Chairperson, let me take the opportunity to thank the participants who take part in all the processes up to this far. And also the presentation that we received now from Miss, where's it, Miss who was presented, Miss Arnold present.
You are cut. I'm asking whether you.
Let me
agree.
say,
No, no,
we really
seemingly-
appreciate.
Honorable, seemingly we have a bad network. Are you agreeing? Because we are cut now. We don't have
Yeah.
all what we are saying because we are cut. I want somebody to say that.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Let me agree on the presentation that was presented to us. I thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry about that because we are cutting honorable member. Honorable Dennis.
Good afternoon and thank you, Chairperson. I would like just to concur with the words of Member Adams, thanking all the stakeholders, our committee, our administration, the entity SET itself, the department, all the legal opinions, and all other stakeholders that had participation in this amendment bill. I concur with Member Adams that we accept the A-list amendments that was proposed or laid before us, and we are ready to move forward and take the next step in the process. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you so much, Honorable Dennis and Honorable. The A-list has been adopted. According to my understanding, consultation to the relevant administration, now we have adopted, and now they are telling me that then the B list will be compiled and adopted by the committee on Monday, and ATC then considered it in the House. So, honorable members, it was not a child's play, and you are hearing that these three stakeholders, they've started to sit the whole weekend. I feel pity for you, Arnold, because the weekend also you were with us Friday, Saturday, Sunday in another work of this committee. But this morning we do recognize that you have said again at 6 a.m. That's it. I'm suspecting this term will close it in a higher note of spirit of making things happen. By that, I'm releasing.
Excuse me, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, procedurally, members must move for an adoption, and you must also have a seconder of the A-list for the A-list to be adopted. Not, I agree, Madam Chair.
Oh, thank you for that. When they agree, they are moving. Let me go back, Honorable Adams.
Thank you, Chairperson. I move for the adoption of this report, the A-list report. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Adams. And Honorable, I want to go back to those who were Honorable Dennis. I don't want not to do that. Agree. Honorable Dennis.
Thank you, Chairperson. I move for the adoption.
Yes.
I second the adoption of the A-list.
Thank you. Thank you for the guidance. You know, it's nice that you've got people who are watching our proceedings. Now we've done with the agenda item number 1. Now I can thank everyone who didn't sleep since inception of discussion of this bill. It's a good bill, but it needed this collective stakeholders and the members. Members, we can't be members without our staff. That thing is clear. Immediately that there are members, these members are having a good backup from our staff component. Now we have done, let's go to the second item of today. Wafika, Mr. Khalidi, DTG, thank you. Arnold, and still going to be with us in the next item. We are thanking you. You are released now.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you so
members.
much. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Button and comment. Hold F4. Leave meeting button. Wafika has left the meeting.
Yes. Thank you so much for your dedication. Honorable members, can I take now, can I take this opportunity to open the remarks for this Penslab board? Just a moment, please don't make noise at the kitchen. I can't switch off my mic. Members, we are meeting on the eve of Human Rights Day. Our democratic government, I'm sorry, declared 21st March a day to honor those who fought, honorable members, and in the instance paid with their lives for our liberation, fought for our liberation and the rights we enjoyed today. All of us, we commemorate Human Rights Month to underscore our commitment to the Bill of Rights as enshrined in our Constitution. Among these rights is the acknowledgement of right of every person to use the language and to participate in the cultural life of his or her choice on what even we're hearing on these 3 days out of the contestants. It is therefore so very fit that we have had the opportunity and a privilege to interview candidates nominated to serve on the Pan South African Language Board, an institution established through the Constitution, as I've said, amongst others, give effect to language rights in South Africa. The committee interviewed honorable members, interviewed and shortlisted 24 candidates, but we interviewed 24, shortlisted 25, and we interviewed the 24. And then out of that, we need to have candidates between 15 and 17. And then between 15 and 20 honorable members. And between 15 and 17 March, it is now our responsibility to finalize the short listed candidates. And by doing that, honorable members, I'm suspecting it is our right today that, who's this? Jabulile must, not Fiona and Jabu, they must present what we've done on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday, we scored, and now we want to be given to the all of us who have read. I've read, for instance, the outlining of the structure. If Ujabu can chip in now, and then with Jabu and Fiona do that, we'll take it from there. I thank you. Jabu or Fiona.
Good afternoon, members. Good afternoon, Chairperson. Good afternoon, members and everyone on the platform. Chairperson, just to correct you, we did the scoring yesterday, which was Tuesday, in the platform. Over the weekend, we did the interviews.
Yes. Oh, God.
So at this
Yes.
point, Chair, the members did the scoring. And so now the members need to give us the names of the candidates, not numbers of the candidates as they did with the scoring, but the names of the candidates that they want to send, or the nominees that they want to send to the minister. Rightfully so, Chair, you indicated that the names should not be more than 20 as prescribed in the Act. So members will have to indicate the name and indicate it's Ajabulile Mthia, Fiona Clayton, Zoleka Kula, not number 7, Zoleka Kula, number 8, candidate number 8. We're not going to do like that, Chair. It must be Jabu, Tia, Fiona, and then it will be Zoleka, like that, Chair. And then from there, Chair, the committee must decide how many names that they would send to the minister. And then we will, the draft report is ready as we send it to members, but then we'll have to populate that draft report with the names that will be given in the committee. And then we'll take it from there. But when we get to us adopting the report that we send to members, we do have Dr. Tembe who will assist the members because we have not received the State Security Agency security clearances yet. So Dr. Tembe will take the members through that process as to what we can do at the moment, but we can start with just getting the names, and while he's explaining, we can populate the report while he's busy explaining that, so that when we leave, the committee would have decided what then happens with the report. Thank you, Chair.
That's wonderful. That's why I was supposed, but at least you amend where I didn't put it correctly. Honorable members, I want members to raise their hands in order that I must give each member to present the names that you want us to put in the list. May I have hands? Honorable Zondi, Honorable Dennis, Honorable Adams, in that order. Malomane, in that order.
Yes, Chair. Thank you very much. Chair, may I have a further question? Just one question, not many. Because I don't want to make a mistake, and the committee will be, and the result will be to start afresh. Can we? Okay, let me just withdraw this question, Chair.
Okay.
I would list mine, Chair. As far as I listed them yesterday, but here I'll list them. My preference, my first priority, or my preference to top up the list, as Uchabu indicated. The first one, Chair, is number 1 on my list, which is Janji, Dr. Janji. And the second one will be Lavane. And the third one will be Takalani. The fourth one will be number 5, which is Hassana. And the following one will be number 6, which is Kohliso. And the following one will be number 8, Professor Makubu
Chair, can I assist him, Honorable Zondi,
Yeah.
please? Yes,
Yes,
Honorable
yes.
Zondi, can you please not call the numbers? Can you just list the names?
Hold on.
Because now you're associating the number with the
Yeah,
candidate,
yes,
and
it-
we did something else now. So can you just call the numbers as it is? Number 1, Mr. Janki, Dr. Janki. Number 2, Dr. Lavani. Number 3, Dr. Jagalani. Number 4, Dr. Hassani. Number 5, Dr. Kosliso, and then so on. Please don't use the numbers that you are using when you're scoring.
Can just a moment, can I also ask this question and propose that we are just giving these numbers, and then according to what Ujabo is saying, and I'm suspecting that the scoring issue, we've done it. You are right, Ujabo, but I don't think that I was hearing something different from Honorable Zondi, but Honorable Zondi, we have heard Ujabo.
Ngimzwile Sihlalo uJabu. I-problem yami ukuthi bengazibhalanga iy'namba, but I don't have a problem yokwenza lento ayishoyo.
Now I was thinking that if somebody didn't write numbers, let's just put names according to your list that you wish that all those people must be getting there. Maybe really, let's just forget about numbers. Some in numbers is just I've got these numbers from 1 to 20 or from 1 to 19. We just say that. So Ojabo, they will be writing down. Well, now you have reached 18, you have reached 19. If members they want 20, so if you can do that.
Chair.
Yes, Honorable.
Chair, I don't know whether I'm a little bit lost. I don't know. Maybe if through your chair I can be assisted. Yesterday we did our scoring.
Yes.
And today the secretariat or the staff, it was supposed to give us a report of what we have done yesterday. But today, Ajabulile told us that these people, they need to be vetted actually. They were not vetted, and then there is something that they need to address us maybe before so that we can have an understanding. I was expecting them maybe to give us the report first, and then if maybe on the report there are issues, and then that's where maybe we can come with to say how do we go about to the issue of 20 members, if maybe there are those who have tied on the way we have scored them. I don't know. Maybe I can be clarified. Yes, thank you, Chair.
No, you are correct, Honorable Malomane. When I opened, I was saying that we'll be guided by Fiona, Jabu, and Miss Arnold. And then that's what Ujabu said we must do. So let's go back to Ujabu, because Ujabu, they went back to do what we have just said. And then now can Jabu and Fiona Arnold talk to us in order that we must not do things that we are not supposed to do.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chair, Isabel, can we please ask Dr. Tembe, because Miss Arnold was not part of the process, so she wouldn't know what we're doing for this. But Dr. Tembe was in the interviews. So the question to Mama Lomane, in terms of vetting, Mama Lomane, we received the fingerprints and the ID documents from all the candidates while we were preparing for the interviews. And we sent those names to the security cluster within Parliament for them to forward the names of the forms, the security clearance forms, to the State Security Agency. And then what happened was we have not received a report from them yet. We also sent in the consent forms for the qualification verification for all the candidates. That report has been sent to us, but there are 3 names that have not been finalized. They're still pending. They're still waiting for the outcome. So we're waiting for the outcome of 3 qualification verification, and also the security clearance for all the candidates. So at the present moment, we don't have those. We spoke to the office of the OISD, and we asked them what happens in this instance, taking into account that the committee what can the committee do, considering the tight schedule and the committee having started the process and having to finalize it within this term. So Dr. Tembe did provide us with an opinion, and he can take us through that, because he did indicate that the committee can proceed with the process, can adopt the report, but must indicate that it does so pending the outcome of the state security clearances, which will be sent through to us, and we will send it through to the members. I mean, to the office of the chair, and then also to the NA should the report be considered and adopted. But Dr. Tembe can take us through that, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the clarity seeking, which is giving a good direction, Honorable Malomane. Dr. Tembe.
Thanks, Honorable Chair and honorable members and colleagues. Just
What's going on? I can't hear you. Doctor?
Can't hear me.
Oh, shame.
Am I not audible?
Audible now.
I'm sorry, Chair.
No
Good
problem.
afternoon, Chair and honorable members and colleagues.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Yes, and on the issue that has been raised by Jabu, on the issue of the SSA, which is security agents. From my previous experience working with them, I know this process takes some time. And even yesterday, I was on the other committee, so the report had been received. The report of the SSA had been received the previous day. So there were issues with the candidates, maybe about 3 out of the 21 candidates there. So, but reverting to the harking back to this one, the committee has got 2 options on the issue of the SSA, because when doing interviews, what SSA has explained is that they do the screening, especially if there's a presidential appointment. Then the vetting is done on the other side, because vetting is much more detailed than screening. It might take even 3 months for proper vetting. So, but screening takes actually minimal time. So in that aspect, the committee has got 2 options. One, I had pressed on Jabu that actually she must follow up with Mr. Stevens, so that can actually make a commitment on when should the report of SSA be expected, or the second option is then the committee can wait for that, or the second option is that the committee adopt its report, but in its presentation to the House or in the report, it must state clearly that it is conditionally upon getting a positive report on the shortlisted candidate from the SSA, because now the committee is hard pressed for time. So those are the 2 options which the committee can make a decision. It's whether it decides to wait for the report or it adopts the report conditionally and present it to the House. But in its report, it must state categorical that this report is conditional, because it may happen that some of the candidates which are recommended might be having some adverse findings from the SS, so which will then now sully or dent the process, as the committee might be considered that it has not done due diligence, because these people which are appointed, the candidates which the shortlisted candidates which are appointed, will be holding a strategic position there. They've got a fiduciary position over the Pan South African Language Board. So, because the board must be understood, one, it's a governing body, secondly, as collectively, but the individuals who are appointed are directors. So it has to comply with what is prescribed in the Companies Act 71 of 2008, which actually provides those who are eligible for appointment and those who are disqualified. So there has to be conformity or compliance with the prescribed requirement for directors, because the board will be governed by the PFMA in its execution of its task, and also by the King's Court and compliance with the Constitution and the PANSAP Act. That is the only opinion or advice that I can give to the committee, unless there are further clarity-seeking questions, Chair. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Doc. Honorable members, do you still have some follow-up questions? Can you just drop down your hands and then we'll start afresh? Because now I'm not going to know whether you are having follow-up questions or the hands are for tabling. Any follow-up question? I'll take hand which is still having a follow-up. I'm seeing that Honorable Zondi is not yet dropping down the hand. Honorable Zondi, Honorable Mthethwa, Honorable Malomane, on that order. Honorable
Chair,
members? Yes.
I can list now. I can start afresh and make my list, Chair.
No, honorable members, please try, maybe the network load shedding is doing this. I'm saying now, I want honorable members who still want to seek more clarities to Doctor. So if now anyone wanted to present, hold your hand. I'm still wanting the hand of somebody who still seeks clarity.
Okay, Chair. Okay.
Yes, thank you, honorable member. All these four hands still want clarity. Honorable Mthethwa, Honorable Malomane, Honorable Duduzile, I'm thinking that you all seek clarities. Let me honorable members, you are making this thing, and I'm saying those who want more clarity to Doc, they must raise their hand. I cannot assume that you are happy about the clarification of Doctor. I don't know this big no. I'm still having two members on the platform, and I'm going to give those members, Honorable Mthethwa and Honorable Malomane.
Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon. I'm quite happy, Chair, with the explanation that has been given by Doc.
Yes.
I want to zoom into the issue of us now naming the names on the list. No, I'm not saying that we are there. I wanted to find out, because that was the challenge when you referred the matter to Doctor, that I thought that our scoring was very clear, that those who have scored 5 would be automatically on the list. And if the list is still short, we will go to those who have scored 4.5. If we're still short, go to those who scored 4. Maybe then we can start talking on additional members if you want to raise the number more than the ones that have scored 4 to 5. Then we can look to 3.5 and then make those submissions. But not to start from scratch and mentioning names of people. That was my thinking. Thanks, Chair.
No, you're correct. You are correct. As Ujabu was saying, I'm suspecting now according to each member, you suppose that you have about 10 members, for instance, that they scored 5, and you just give names, and we'll take it from there that your sequence is those who topped the scoring. And then the second names, the second maybe 11, 12 to 16 to 18 to 20 is according to number, those scored 4, and the last ones, they scored number 3. It's simple like that. It's given. So if now, for instance, I'm having names here with me, I can read now. The sequence that I've wrote those names is the sequence of 5, 5, 5. I'm not going to this one got 5. I'll read up to 19. And if anyone want to check, it's another issue. We've done that. So if an honorable member have names up to 20, just read those names. And because you cannot say priority, but the priority which we all understand is those who did get 5, and then those get 4, and then number 3, if they still have a space. It's clear like that. Thank you, honorable members. That's my understanding also. Honorable Maloman. Honorable Maloman. I'm still
thank you, Honorable.
Who want to further ask questions. I'll go back to number 1 who wanted to put the names that I've said he must stop. I'm still want members who still want clarification. Honorable Maloman.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My question to Dr. Tembe is that the 2 processes that whether we can wait or adopt the report, but
are you having load shedding? We're no longer hearing you, Honorable Maloman. Honorable members, I'm not disrespecting whilst she is now having a problem. Let's go back. It was Honorable Zondi, number 1. Give us your names. And now, you were just cut off, Honorable Maloman. Honorable Maloman. Honorable members, Honorable Maloman, and seemingly she has got a challenge. Can now go back to Honorable Zondi, and I'll go according to your list now. Honorable Zondi, Honorable
Chair,
Sibiya.
can you hear me?
We don't. You have just cut off, Honorable Member. We heard that you wanted to ask Dr. Tembe, but you were just cut off. Let's listen you again. I'm suspecting you have a problem of network.
Yes, load shedding starts now at 3 o'clock where I am.
Yes.
Maybe it's towards that time.
Patiently, we will wait for you. We cannot just cut you off. Try again.
Okay, Chair, I just wanted to ask Doctor that if we can take the second option to adopt the report, and then with the right that there is still pending the screening report, is it going to have a challenge when we present it to Parliament or in the sitting, if maybe after that there are names that are having something that cannot be cleared, or that maybe there are findings on their names, and then we've already maybe debated or on those names and agreed on in the city? What will happen? Thank you, Chair. I just wanted that clarity. And the other matter, Chair, I don't think it will be correct for us to start again fresh and give names, while yesterday we've done the scoring ourselves as members.
without the feedback from our staff members. Because it will seem as if we're starting the process afresh. What we have done yesterday, we nullified it. Unless as a committee, we're saying we nullified the process that we have done yesterday, and then we're starting ourselves with the issue of scoring. Thank you, Chair.
I can respond in the issue of scoring. On Jabu, Honorable Malomane, partly she is right. We gave you a task to go and facilitate our scoring. If maybe you can give your work, which we have done, and then we'll check accordingly. I'm just supporting you, Honorable Maloman. But now let me give Dr. Tembe, who whilst some of us, we did understand what he said, but can you repeat and try to respond direct to the question of Honorable Malomane, Doctor?
Thanks, Chair and honorable members. I think this is the point of appointment quandra.
Yes.
Because clearly it's like a draft report or a tentative one if not everything has been finalized. But unfortunately, the committee is racing against time, because if you happen that the list goes on, but you find that maybe 5 or 6 have got adverse findings. So now the committee, if Parliament has arisen, it will be difficult for the committee, or it should apply for a special sitting actually to get responses from the candidates. Because I'll use what maybe to further explain, because in law they say cases with similar facts are decided the same. So I'll make an example on the other processes which I was in. The report came on Monday late night. So there were issues. So the candidates were called. Actually, they were put on a Zoom call, and the committee asked questions concerning the report of the SSA. And the committee had to consider the report, evaluate the information, and make a decision. On this one, hence, I'm saying it's an appointment quandrum, because if now Parliament has arisen, then there are adverse findings. So now the committee will not have, or will have to apply for a special sitting in order to complete the process, which tentatively on the tail end, we can say it will have been adopted by Parliament, by the National Assembly House. So it's a very tight position. It's a very tight position, which unfortunately, because of time, the committee can go with the latter, or press on SSA and have the results say, now this report is tentatively 80-seat, hoping that at least by the weekend, then the report of SSA will have been actually finished to the committee. So it's a very tight position, I should point out. Thanks, Chair.
Oh, honorable members, can Honorable Sondi give us the list, followed by these hands, and read the list, and other comrades, your other members, on that order? of yours.
Thanks, Chair. Chair, on my list, without in order of number was born. Udlavane, Utakalani, Uhasana, Ukhohliso, Ubadenhorst,
Can you slow down?
Ulitswalo.
Can you slow down, Mr. Mr. Zondi? It's Khohliso, and then after Khohliso?
Ubadenhorst.
Yes.
Ulitswalo.
Yes.
Umdao.
Yes.
Umona.
Yes, sir.
Maponopono.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Race Bob.
Can you spell? Is it Khasibope?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Order, Chair.
Yes.
Can I interrupt, Chair? Sorry for interrupting, because I'm a bit confused. I'm looking at the list, the report that was sent by Ajabulile, which shows at the end, it shows that there are 8 candidates who got 4.5 to 5. Okay, automatically those 8 candidates are in. We don't have to mention the names of the people. And then there are 6 candidates who got 4 to 4.5, who scored between 4 to 4.5. If we want 14, they're automatically in. If we need 15, we can then go to those who got 3.5 to 4. They are 5. That's where we can start selecting who amongst the 5 can we add on to the 14 to make it 15 or 17. That's what we're supposed to agree upon. Not to start afresh and mentioning names so that, you know, he mentions his names, I mention my names. I don't know what gives us that direction of mentioning names, because already these people have been scored, Chairperson. I thought that was the process yesterday.
Yes, I'll seek Fiona and Jabulile to come to our rescue. What Honorable Malomana was saying is the same as what Honorable Mtetwa is saying. That report that they sent to us is assisting us, and is assisting us because when they were comparing our scoring, which were not here to compare, they got on what we are saying, Honorable Mtetwa. So I was thinking that Honorable Malomana is right when she is saying, give those scorings findings of yours, and then we engage if we have any other engagement. By doing this now, we are starting the process of the other day. According to listening you, Honorable Malomane and Honorable Mtetwa, you are talking same thing as e-report is saying what we are saying. But now, because we can be confused, Chairperson can be confused, Honorable, we want somebody who's going to give us direction.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Chair.
I've requested. Oh, sorry.
Chair, you want direction not from members, because as members we can give you direction.
Yes, and the only problem is that when members are asking different questions, and which the people who were facilitating this thing can report in order that we must get out of confusion. So what I was doing was that members even yourself, you have got your scoring, you were comparing, and you have done that. And now we are coming back saying that these people who have got 5, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those who got 4, and then you wrote it down accordingly. That's what I was thinking, that you are correct when you are doing that. But if now the Honorable Malaumane is having another understanding, and Honorable Mteto with the same understanding, that's why I'm saying that I want intervention. So if you want to give us intervention, Honorable Zond, do so.
Yes, Chair. No, Chair. Abang Lopishang. But the point that was raised by Honorable Malomane to say, if we are starting afresh naming names, we are nullifying what we've done yesterday, which was scoring, because we scored yesterday so that we get a result, and that result is our own making. And that result are names, because we scored numbers and we said those numbers should attach names. And if those names are listed and be given to us as a draft, as a draft report to say, this is how you scored. These are loopholes, and this is what you should take it forward. I think that would have made our task very easy. But if we start naming names, we are starting the process that we have done yesterday, and we are nullifying what we have done yesterday, because if we're naming names, which means what we have done yesterday, which are the scores, is no longer the case today, because we are doing the same thing that we have done yesterday. I think both of them, Chair, they are talking sense, and they are giving us direction.
You know, I'm coming to this point saying that if you now they can put their report, is telling us how they worked until the final product, because we said they must go and work. So I can't see any problem of them saying that according to your scoring, honorable members, this is what we did as the administrators whom you asked that we must go and do this. And then we'll support or reject. And if we are rejecting, let's reject with what you call, with facts, because facts are within us. Dudu and Adams, I want everybody to talk, honorable members.
Thanks, Chairperson. Chair, we are now being told that we mustn't call the numbers. We must call the names. What is difficult to call the name instead of the number? Let's call the name and give the administrators. Thank you.
Honorable Adams.
Chairperson, I agree fully with Honorable Sabia. We were tasked to select our names, and we are ready for that. Thank you.
Chair, point of order, Chair. Point of order, Chair. I don't want, Chair, can I come in?
Yes.
Chair.
Come in, honorable member.
I don't know whether members will be clarified when I'm saying yesterday we submitted our scores and we agreed as a committee that we are not going to use names. We are going to use numbers. And today our administrators will come back and give us a report to say, how did we score? If maybe myself, Honorable Malumane, Honorable Adams, Honorable Mteto have scored number 2 with the 5, that means 3 of them has voted.
against how many numbers. And then they were supposed maybe to calculate that and come back to us today with a report to say, this is how you scored. The first person who got the 5, which is the total of how many members, because I think maybe we're 7 out of the 7. And then number 2 got 6. Number 3 got 5. Number 4 got this. It shows how many people have voted that person. This is the result that we are supposed to get today. But if we are saying now we start to, why do we call names? Why that? And yesterday when we agreed upon ourselves as a committee, we said we're going to use numbers. We've used the numbers, and then our staff, they're supposed to come back to say, okay, Rasana got 5 votes. And then he is number 2 or number 3 or number 4, according to the votes. That's my view, Chair.
Thank you. Fiona?
Yes, Chairperson, thank you for the opportunity. I will present to the members what Jabu and I put together yesterday. I won't mention names, but I will give an overview of the scoring. I won't go through all the scores because we've done that yesterday. Safe to say that we have 24 candidates who were scored. Honorable Malumani was absent for one of the interviews, so we removed her from the average that we gave to candidate number 1. We have, as Honorable Mtetwa alluded to, we have 8 candidates who scored between 4.5 and 5. 6 candidates who scored between 4 and 4.5. 5 candidates who scored between 3.5 and 4.
Can you start again when now you giving us the scoring 5 or 4.5 in order that we must write those numbers and then
Sure,
we'll
Chairperson, I will do so.
Yes, and then we'll get to the total. Yes,
I will do so. So okay, so we had 24 candidates who were interviewed. 8 of them scored between 4.5 and 5 on average.
Can you start with the highest number, if you don't mind? Those
The
who
highest
scored.
number.
Yes.
So I categorize them according to groups
Chair,
between.
can I interject? Sorry, Fiona. Maybe the simplest way that you can do this, you say, as you give me the average, you say 4.5, between 4.5 and 5. It's number so and so, number so and so, because we're dealing with the numbers, we're not dealing with the names. You then put the numbers that makes the 8 of 4.5. Okay, so that we can then go and match the numbers to the names without mentioning the names on, because this is the public platform.
Yeah.
We don't want to create certain, expectations. If we still have to discuss the names, then we still are going to be waiting for the report from the SAA, which might come back and change, and the person would have had his name and then start challenging us based on that. So let's rather say 4.5 to 5. That's 8 members who got that, and it is number so and so, number so and so, number so and so, number so and so. Then we put it aside. Between 4 to 4.5, there are 6 members. It's number so and so, number so and so, number so, according to that list. That will make it simpler. Thanks.
Fiona?
Yes, Chairperson. Can I proceed as
Yes.
Honorable Mtetwa indicated?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So according to the list that we had yesterday, candidate 1 had an average of 3.4. Candidate 2.
No, I do understand. Candidate 1, we know that candidate got what?
3.4.
When are we going to finish? Okay.
Sorry, Chair. No, I wasn't saying that. You see, according to the report, Chair, you can see that they've highlighted those who got 4. They've highlighted them with green. And at the beginning of that green, it shows the name and the number. We don't have to be going through this. We're supposed to say 8 members who got the highest score are in. We know that they are into the list that's supposed to go because it is based on the scoring. the 6 people who got 4.5, because we need more than 10 or more than 8, they are in. It's 6 people. And then from then, what we can then look is on the 5, those who have scored 3.5 to 4, then that's why we can look in order to make the 17, if you want to make it 17. Or
Yeah.
if we are happy with the 8 and 6, we say, no, we just stop there. We don't want more. That's it. That's what we need to discuss. That's what we need to decide upon that. Okay, from the 3.5, there are those who got 3.56, 3.57, 3.58, you know, and then pick maybe 2 or 3 to add so that we make the 15 that is required. So let's not even go through the 8 and the 6, because there are colors. There on that report, it shows those who have green, they are automatically in. Those who have light brown, they are automatically. It's only those that have 3.5 and 3. What that we need to look into in order to top up. Thanks, Chair.
Fion Jabu, are you happy about what we all want? Because the crux of the matter here, we want your job when we finalize the scoring of us all, that go and consolidate. We want your consolidation now, and then we will be speaking out of that consolidation.
Thank you, Chairperson, and thank you, Honorable Mthethwa. I will go through the list as Honorable Mthethwa requested. So candidate 2 scored 4.9. Candidate 5 scored 4.8. Candidate 8 scored 4.9. Candidate 12 scored 4.9. Candidate 16 scored 5.
Come again?
5. 16
Okay.
scored 5.
Okay.
Candidate 18 scored 5.
Yeah.
Candidate 22 scored 4.8. And candidate 23 scored 4.8. And those are 8 candidates who scored between 4.5 and 5.
Yes. Yes.
The next category, 4.0 to 4.5. Candidate 4, 4.1. Candidate 6, 4.4. Candidate 11, 4.3. Candidate 17, 4.1. Candidate 21, 4.1. And candidate 24, 4.1. So that's a total of 6 candidates who scored between 4.0 and 4.5, which takes us up to 14.
Yes.
The next category is 4.5 to 4.0. Candidate 9 scored 3.8. Candidate 10 scored 3.6. Candidate 13 scored 3.6. Candidate 15 scored 3.8. And candidate 20 scored 3.6. And that's a total of 5 candidates who scored between 3.5 and 4, which brings the total to 19 candidates.
Honorable members, in the side of chairperson, I'm suspecting it's giving us the way forward. And it's now that if members are looking, we all have our list. Are we happy? And what else do you want to say? Now is the time of looking at candidates who are 8, who are the highest, followed by the candidates who are 6, and then with the last candidates who are 6 also, and then it's 19 candidates. Honorable Mthethwa.
Thank you, Chair. This is much easier now.
Yeah.
I think now we need to look at those who scored between 3.5 and 4.0. I think on the reports they are light blue. They're highlighted with light blue. Out of the five that are there, I see 3.8. There's one who scored 3.8. There are two who scored 3.8.
Which is number 9 and
number 9 and number 13.
Number 13, yes.
No. Yes, it's number 9 and number 15.
15.
Number 9 and number 15. They scored 3.8, which are the highest in that category. So we say from the 10, the 8 and the 6, which makes it 14, how many candidates do we need to submit to the department? Are we going with 15 or going with 17?
Can we not just be 15 exactly? Let's go with, maybe let's make it 19.
Okay, then let's take the whole lot. The blue, the ones who scored 3.5 to 4.0, and the 6 and the 8 who scored 5 and 4. Let's go with the whole lot. Then it makes our work easier. We don't have to look into the names.
Yeah. I'm having another hand. Thank you, Honorable Mteto. We need to now log in Parliament. Honorable Maloman, Honorable Zondi.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I just wanted to mention that we can take the 19 candidates, that we take them as a report so that they can, as the recommendation. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Malomana. Honorable Zondi.
It is our final product, our final results, Chair, as we scored yesterday. I'm seconding both honorable members. Thank you.
Both?
Yes, both.
And 20. Okay.
Yes, both. They said let us take the whole. Honorable Mteto said aswathathe wonke, and Honorable Malomane said we take the 19, which means we don't need to add anything if this is the final product of our of our scoring. The 19,
No,
Chair. That's what
yes.
I'm seconding. Yes.
No, we're done, honorable members.
Chairperson?
Yes, Honorable
Chairperson Dennis Joseph.
Yes, Honorable Dennis.
I have all the proposals and backwards and forth. I am ready to give. I understand the process that we have given our scores. The administration have gone back to put all our scores together and show us who scored the highest. And out of the highest, I took their scores and put it against the names that I have. We have interviewed according to the compiled scoring. So I have a list of names from 1 to 20. I would like to submit to the committee in terms of my, I would like to recommend for nominations. And I also do understand the legal explanation, because members must understand if we're going to wait for the vetting and all that to happen, then by that time the term is finished, and then the new term they have to start all over again, all the hard work, maybe even the advertisements as well, besides the interviews. So there's been a proposal how we must go about in dealing with the process going forward, which I do understand, but I have my list for the nominations from 1 to 20. I don't know what names the other committee members have now agreed upon with all this debates that's going backwards and forwards.
This is what. No. Before you call order, please leave the member to come to an end, and then I'll give you, honorable members. This is not an easy task. We need to be patient. We know what if the other member in a meeting of ECOMIT of whatever, if is against the majority vote of the numbers, will note the objection of the supported number. There's no point of order, honorable members. Let's just wait everyone to say what he or she wants to say. Thank you. Come to an end, Honorable Joseph.
Thank you, Chairperson. So I'm willing to give my names 1 to 20, but I'm also willing to give my names the highest scores in terms of the numbers as our first members only started off like that. I can do it that way also. So I'm ready for both. Which way the committee wants us now finally to give our input to the nominations that we want to recommend.
Honorable Joseph, I'm hearing what you are saying. I'm going to give it to the members. Whilst we were doing as a collective members, and that work which we refer to our administrators, it was a collective work. Now we're coming and we've done this. So I'm not yet sure now if we are opening, you want your own numbers of 20. Let me give other members, because now the understanding is that every one of us were here and we've done the scoring. And then after scoring, we gave the committee, the secretariat, to go and consolidate. And the transparency of consolidation, it's here in front of us. And then members supported this 19 to 20 names. So if now you want to open to give other names, I don't know based on what, but I may be wrong. Honorable Mteto.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, when I was calling for an order, I wanted to raise the issue of meetings procedure. There's a mover, there's a seconder, it means the matter is closed. That's what it is. It's simple as that. There's nothing untoward. You have explained it very clear that we did the process of scoring. The secretariat consolidated. We are not nominating. We are taking from what has been consolidated by the secretariat as the outcomes of what we did in nominating. There's no need to start afresh and want to recommend other people or names that are wanted by me. That's done. The process is done. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Mteto Afsan, Honorable Malomane, Honorable Adams.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'm covered because all of us, we did our own score yesterday and we submitted. It was the report from the consolidation from the Secretariat. That's where we're saying this is our report. We're recommending that we're taking the 19 so that those will be our recommendation. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable members, the motion of the work. Now I'm still on the floor. I don't know who's speaking. The motion on the floor, it's what we're getting. And members, 3 to 4 of them, they are supporting this work. And according to the rule of the meeting, when members are supporting the product which we're part of, those who doesn't support will go to e-voting now. Honorable Adams. Honorable Adams. Honorable Denise, there's a hand. Let me finish. There was a hand and you didn't raise your hand. There is a hand.
Sorry.
Honorable
My
Adams.
apology, Chairperson.
Accepted, Honorable Member. Honorable Adams.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson. Fully whether we agree. Chair, can you hear me? Chairperson?
No, we didn't hear you. Start afresh, Honorable Member.
Chairperson, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, honorable member.
I fully agree with I agree with the previous speakers. We agree. We were, let me say, I was satisfied with the manner in which Fiona presented the list. Although there was no names, there was numbers attached to the average scoring. So I agree fully with the previous speakers. I thank you.
Thank you, honorable. Before I close, I'm seeing the hand of Honorable Dennis. Honorable Dennis.
Chairperson, thank you. Chairperson,
Yes.
you started by saying you're going to give the members an opportunity to participate, and I was second. Then members only started, and then there was someone questioning the process. Then I kept quiet all the time until I now said, but we're going backwards and forwards. So I myself never had an opportunity in this meeting now to submit my scores or names or so. I've never had it now. But all I want to say now, just to help this committee going forward, is to say that I, as a member of this committee and as a member of the DA, reserve my opinions on what is happening up to now in this committee meeting. That's all I want to say for the sake of progress. I reserve my rights.
I must respond. I must respond to you. When we started, I don't know why you are saying you will keep quiet. Everybody was given a chance that let's do the correct thing. The correct thing, let me put it to this meeting. The correct thing is that we gave our administrators to go and do scoring. And when we started, we wanted to repeat what we've done on Tuesday. So now we corrected all of us. You were in the platform. No one didn't give you the chance to talk. But now we are saying, after correcting the process, the way that we're doing things, we have said, Fiona, give the work that we have done with your colleagues. They give us just now according to the scoring. And we have said, honorable members, do you have anything which we are against this scoring and the numbers of each candidate? The proposal was saying that for the first 5 who scored highest, for the second, it was 8. For the 6 members, we are saying yes. For the other who are scoring the third point lesser. And what, as a chairperson, I was expecting any member from wherever party to saying that, no, in that scoring of 4.8, 4.9, 4.5, 4.8, we are not agreeing. Not what we are saying and what we are doing, honorable. It's unlike you of telling us that you will keep quiet. There is no point that any other day that you can keep quiet in a meeting of a committee. This is the meeting of every member to say something. So I'm noting that you are saying that you are reserving your say, but no one didn't want you to do. But we're saying let's follow the sequence. Dr. Tembe.
Thanks, Chair. Because I've been listening, I think I followed. Sometimes the debate becomes so heated and robust. So, but in the end, what is to happen, there is also protection of personal information that should be factored by the committee. So, because now we are governed by the Protection of Personal Information Act, at the end, if the committee is satisfied that what the Act prescribes in terms of skill set that is expected to come from this, because I think the Act lists about 8 skills, which is language interpretation, language and teaching, those like legal expertise. If it has been complied, then I think what is expected is about at least 20 names that should be submitted to the minister according to the Act. The committee should not like lump a lot of people with the same skill so that the others are excluded. They should be at least compliance with the skill set actually, which is there set in the Act. I think just a second to be specific, because the Act says, just a second, Chair. It says the candidate must be fit and proper person for the office held by them, be South African citizens, when viewed collectively, be broadly representative of the diversity of the users of the official languages, D, be supportive of the principle of multilingualism, and E, have language skills which may include skills in interpreting, translation, terminology and lexicography, literacy teaching and language planning, or have financial and legal expertise with special knowledge of language legislation. That is what perhaps the committee should check, that in the final analysis on the recommended candidates, do we have all these skill sets which are set? Then if it's satisfied, then the report can be then adopted conditionally on the with the caveat that we are waiting, the committees are waiting the report of the SSA. Then it will be ATC'd and presented in the House. Then thereafter, the minister may appoint, because previously, I should point this out, because the committee previously decided to give about 15 names to the minister. Then the minister decided to appoint 13 because he said he had the option. So, but there has to be strict compliance with the Act, which says the committee can send or finish the minute, provide 20 names. Then he has got the ability or in his wisdom and advice to appoint between 11 and 15. So that is my advice to the committee, having listened to the process and the procedures and all the debate, which was the outcome of today. Thanks, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Doc, as you are outlining, I'm suspecting that all of us who have noticed that all those categories of people who are supposed to be in this board are in. We even having those who have sign language expertise that are in. But maybe, honorable members, we can look at the 19 to 20, maybe it was saying not more than 15. I want that we must talk to that. Honorable Joseph, Honorable Mthethwa, Honorable Duduzile.
Chairperson?
The committee can even attach the list of expertise to the minister in order that we must comply. And then maybe Minister will be taking a committee's recommendation, and he will take the first requirements by the Act. And then now, as all the members have recommended and seconded, now we are just now wanted that the, what you call, the doctor must look, must have his own words about that, that we've taken care of it, all of us, because when we have our own list, we have seen that all the requirements are in these members. So, honorable members, I don't like to open again this meeting. Are you aware that now we are late to log in? Some of us being chairpersons, we are using e-phone, we are using e-iPad, because I must check with the administrators. So I will be written absent. Maybe some of you with your two gadgets, the other one, you are in the plenary. We have exceeded our time, but what I can say, this process we've been discussed and proposed, and it was adopted, and we noted the reservation of the DA. I'm not sure whether now I need any other thing. I want to close the meeting. I don't know whether there are members. Let me check the hands. I've got two hands after my summary of the meeting. Honorable Joseph and Honorable Sibiya. Honorable members.
Chairperson, no, I respect what you were saying, and
Yes.
I will not make any further contribution. I think you already said that we reserve our position,
Yes.
and we will see on this when the minutes is produced on that list. If we have that list, then we will continue with the process. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Honorable Joseph. Honorable Sibiya.
Okay, thanks, Chairperson. May I have a clarity? If we are talking about 3.8, what does it mean? Because I don't understand. 3.8
It's a scoring. You know what? According to our scoring, we were supposed to score somebody the highest or excellent in 5, the very good is 4, or good in 3, unsatisfactory in 2, 1 poor.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay,
if maybe you are 4.8, which means you are close to excellent, that it does it
Okay, I
is.
do understand, Chair. The other one, Chair.
Yes.
The other one. First of all, we have talked about 15, and
Yes.
again we have talked about 19 and 20. Which is which?
Fiona Jabu.
Yes, Chairperson.
Yes, Fiona.
I'm hearing Honorable Sibiya's question. The minister has to appoint no fewer than 11 and no more than 15 members to serve on the PANSA board based on the final shortlist that the committee has to forward to the minister. And this final shortlist has to contain no more than 20 names of candidates who were interviewed. Thank you.
That's word no more than. Honorable members, I've heard Dr. was saying that the debate was hot. It's because we didn't want to do mistakes, and these mistakes are nearly happened of, you know what, being member of parliament, you need to engage and convince each other. So even to our administrators, I'm suspecting they know that when you're dealing with the politicians, members of parliament, they need to convince us that they cannot give us what they've done, because the crux of the matter, it was there. when we wanted to just to give our own list whilst we were giving them the task, but correctly so, it did come to this end that now I'm saying that thank you for your patience, especially those who didn't sleep after we have gone and preparing for this. Jabu and Fion. Jabu, I'm suspecting your views were correct, but we wanted to amend there and then because we were working as a collective. Both of you assisted us. Without you, we were not going to have this product. Doctor, thank you so much. Honorable members, that's democracy at its best. Now we are taking that back to you. You know what to do, and we are aware that we are going to forward and saying that we've done the process, but our process is short about the security check, and which is beyond our control. And even in the parliament and the ministry, they will see that we didn't sleep doing this work. If SAA by tomorrow or this night, as you're saying, Doc, they will give that information. It's easy. It's to come to us to tell us that this so and so now, committee members, we are taking him or her out of the list because it didn't pass the security clearance. I'm suspecting even our leaders who are here, they are going to go and report accordingly, and the ministry will get what we are decided. Doctor, you will assist us in order that Fiona's and Jabu, they must have a report which is a true reflection of what we're saying. Your ways of writing a report to ATC, you know better than our good self. That's why you directed us today. The meeting is closed.
Thank you, Chair.
Spirit are down.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair.
Today's meeting was in a high note.
It's good, Chair. There's robust discussions and debates that must happen.
I didn't want to collapse this meeting because there were staff who didn't sleep.
It was very good deliberations.
Yes,
good deliberations.
Yes. Long live
and
the
I want to say, Chair, from the bottom
Yeah.
of my heart, I want to say thank you to the staff members. They did a
Yes.
very good job. That report, I think if people had looked at that report, they would be satisfied with what we have come up to now. Because that is the report that is meaningful to what we are doing.
But also our staff, they must know that until these majority members are agreeing on the process, which Mona they've done what they've done, but thank you to themselves that finally they've guided us accordingly. Long live the committee members, long live our staff members, and our doctor.
Long live.
And our doctor. Meetings adjourned.
Thank you all. I have to enter the house now, the house sitting. Bye-bye.